Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Barry, and first of all I'd like to apologize for being so absent from the channel. I was actually planning on making, and I was busy making this video about 2 weeks ago, but then my memory card was giving me problems and basically I was summoned to go and do another job for the entirety of last week. So unfortunately I haven't been able to get to this video, but here I am, I'm making it, and hopefully from now on every week we will have a Let's Talk About Cars episode. Now today we are talking about the Koenigsegg Jesko. Yes, the newest Koenigsegg to be released from Ängelholm in Sweden from Christian von Koenigsegg. Now, as the name would suggest, the Jesko is named after Christian von Koenigsegg's father. Of course, in the early days of Koenigsegg, back in the early 1990s, his father helped him to fund the business and to help him pursue his passion of creating some of the best supercars and hypercars in the entire world. So I think it's a really great touch from Christian von Koenigsegg to dedicate an entire car to his father, who helped him to get where he is today. So big ups to Christian von Koenigsegg for doing that. But let's talk performance figures, shall we? Because the Koenigsegg Jesko produces 1,280 horsepower, that's 954 kilowatts, and if you use more racy bioethanol fuel, it'll help you get 1,600 horsepower. Just think about that, 1,600 horsepower. That's 1,193 kilowatts. It is a massive amount of power. So as you might imagine, you will not hang around when you get the Koenigsegg Jesko, and you will get to wherever you want to go very quickly indeed. Of course, this car is planned on being the first car to reach 300 miles an hour. That's 483 kilometers an hour. And no car has reached it as yet, but Koenigsegg are hoping that this will be the car to reach that absolutely incredible milestone, to be quite frank. The current record is 284 miles an hour. That's 457 kilometers an hour, more or less. Just more than that. And that is currently held by the Koenigsegg Agera RS. So Koenigsegg basically just trying to break their own record in that respect. Now, what are we looking at in terms of the engine? It is a V8 engine, and it is the lightest V8 crankshaft that is fitted to a production car. 125 kilograms, as a matter of fact. Obviously, all made from carbon fiber. This is also a brand new V8 flat plane crank V8, which is also all developed in-house at Koenigsegg, and basically makes for greater efficiency. Now this engine will rev up to a very lovely 8,500 RPM. So I absolutely cannot wait to see videos and hear and see what the car will actually do, because I think it's going to be absolutely blistering in terms of performance. Now, what I want to talk about also is the transmission, the gearbox of the Jesko, because this is a gearbox that is developed entirely by Koenigsegg themselves, not sourced from outside, all developed in-house at Koenigsegg in Sweden, which for a relatively small company is really impressive, considering the costs to develop all these new things. Now what this gearbox is a 9-speed multi-clutch system. They call it the light-speed transmission. And what makes it really good is usually in a single clutch or double clutch, you go up the gears 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, how many gears there are, and basically if you are sitting on the highway or on a road and you feel like overtaking someone and you are sitting in 7th gear, say, you have to shift down into 6th, into 5th, into 4th, into the gear that basically will give you the right amount of torque so that you can do your overtake. What makes this gearbox quite interesting and quite remarkable really is that, say you're sitting in 9th gear, you're cruising on the highway, and you're sitting behind a truck. You indicate that you want to pull over, and what this gearbox does, it doesn't go through the gears individually. So say you're going to overtake in 4th gear, it won't go through 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. It'll go directly from 9th gear directly into the 4th gear, which basically helps for smoother shifts, more efficient shifts, and more importantly quicker shifts, which of course is in the aid of performance. So a very clever system from Koenigsegg. and should be very interesting to actually see it. See how it operates, because Christian von Koenigsegg is a very clever man. That's that's what I've come to notice from following the journey from the Agera, the Reg era. Obviously, that's got the very trick gearbox on its own. So very cool to see this. Then we move on to the rear wing. Now, to me, the rear wing's got quite an odd shape. You sort of expect it to be in the inverted shape of what it is, because currently it follows the curvature of the rear. To me, it should follow, sort of like the opposite. If I'm bringing it across the way I think I am. But basically, there are a few reasons why Koenigsegg have decided to make the rear wing the way it is. First of all, it helps for greater surface area. So basically, that shape, it provides the greatest surface area to provide the greatest amount of downforce. Also, they had to do it in terms of regulations, because if I'm not mistaken, the rear wing can't actually be wider than the actual car. So not only does it create the biggest surface area, but it also follows, it's as wide as the car is wide. So that's basically why they created the rear wing the way it is. And of course, this rear wing is able to either provide high downforce or low drag. It has sort of like a mode where the computer basically senses, say you're going around a corner, it will detect, hey, okay, we need some downforce here, then it will be in the correct angle. And if it detects that you're in a straight line and you don't need as much downforce, instead you need more top speed, then it will also minimize the drag to as little as possible, to a little drag downforce as possible, which is quite a nifty system to have, considering that you'll either have enough downforce or less downforce than you would want. So yeah, very clever system as well. Now, how much downforce are you actually getting from the Koenigsegg Jesko? Well, at 250 kilometers an hour, that's 155 miles an hour, you'll be getting 800 kilograms of downforce. At 275 kilometers an hour, that's 170 miles an hour, you'll be getting 1000 kilograms of downforce. That is 1 ton of air pushing the car into the tarmac, so that you are as fast as mechanically and physically possible. So I mean, that's also, you have a maximum output, I also forgot to mention that, of 1,400 kilograms of downforce. I mean, can you imagine that? 1,400 kilograms of downforce. That's just an insane amount. And even the rear, the side mirrors provide downforce up to 20 kilograms. I mean, that's also pretty impressive. Just think of the, the strength that those side wing mirrors have to carry to provide 20 kilograms of downforce. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, so Koenigsegg Jesko basically showing the world what is actually possible in terms of automotive, possibilities, I suppose. I think I'm not the biggest fan of the launch color that or the spec of the launch color that they used. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of specs Koenigsegg's customers are going to have. But yeah, I think overall the Koenigsegg Jesko is an engineering marvel. Christian von Koenigsegg is one of the top engineers at the moment, developing and paving the way forward for what cars are able to do, specifically hypercars. I mean, if you think about it, not too long ago, Koenigsegg were the only people that were actually using carbon fiber wheels, because I mean, people like Ferrari, Porsche, the big guys, they're like, it's not possible. You can't make wheels purely out of carbon fiber. You need aluminium or magnesium or metal of some sort. But then Koenigsegg comes along and shows them, actually guys, you can use carbon fiber wheels. And now, I mean, a relatively small company in Sweden, founded about 25 years ago, is now paving the way forward for the guys like Ferrari and Porsche, who've been around for 70 years or so. So Koenigsegg are just absolutely amazing in terms of pioneering the way forward for hypercars and supercars, and eventually stuff that'll trickle down into more ordinary cars as well. So yeah, that was all I have to say about the Koenigsegg Jesko. Trust me, there's actually a lot more than I could say, about the Jesko rather. But make sure you go check out the Koenigsegg website, because that'll be able to give you absolutely everything you need to know about this car and just how absolutely incredible feat of engineering that it actually is. So that's it for me right now. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe, and I'll definitely be uploading Let's Talk About Cars weekly episode if all goes well. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you share if you liked it, and to like and subscribe, like I said. Until next time, bye.